Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. You're riffraff. You're just people who happen to be there because you had a good sob story, that's all. There is nothing to you. Because this person, whenever he's in the Congress, he will raise the issue of Pakistan being a terror state and how America can sanction Pakistan and why Pakistan should be put back in the FATF. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. You know what the Khalistanis have been up to? They burnt the San Francisco consulate in the United States of America. And now the Khalistanis, look at the gumption. Now the Khalistanis wants to take out a march, a freedom rally, so to say. All right. And they're going to start it I'll read out from here. They want to start at the Great Punjab Business Center in Malton, wherever that is, to the Indian Embassy in Toronto. And this will be on the 8th of July, 12:30 p.m. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, education is so important, which none of the Khalistanis have. They are people who ran away from India using fake certificates, using fake letters, crying political victimhood. They took citizenship of Canada, UK, United States of America, Australia, much of Europe. And that is where you will find all the Khalistanis. You will never find Khalistanis in poor countries. You will not find Khalistanis in non-white countries. There is a reason why they've gone there. They have gone there essentially to spew poison against India and make money on the sidelines. Now, these guys are really not qualified. It's not like they're doctors or lawyers or engineers or MBAs. Most of them have low-level jobs, and I have nothing against people who do low-paying jobs. Nothing against them. Anybody who works honorably is worthy of honor. But those are not Khalistanis. Khalistanis are not worthy of honor because they don't do things honorably. Now, look at them. And why am I saying that education is important? First of all, they want to march to the Indian Embassy in Toronto. First of all, these Khalistanis, most of them being Canadian citizens, right? 99% of them who propagate the so-called fake Khalistan cause would be Canadian citizens in Canada. Some could be visiting from India. They're not aware that Ottawa has a high commission because, the Commonwealth, generally we say that high commission and not embassy. And in Toronto, there is a consulate. They have no idea. Which is why all these people who failed class 4th, class 5, who can barely write their names, cried political victimhood, played the victim card, took fake letters from members of parliament in India who took money, right? And they're on record saying that, we took 40,000 rupees per letter and we send them off to Canada to settle down there. And this is the result. This poster. And more than anything, what hurts is the grammar. I mean, what these Khalistanis are saying against India doesn't hurt so much because I know it's all stupidity. But what really hurts is, the grammar. The lack of the ability to converse in any language. And if you're in Canada, you should know English or French. Ideally both, but one should suffice. The problem with Khalistanis is they know neither. All right, and now look at them. They put out the photograph of Sanjay Kumar Verma, who is the High Commissioner, and Srimati Apurva Srivastava, Consul General. She's the Consulate General of India in Toronto. So they put out photographs and they said these people are responsible for the death of Nijar. Nijar was the terrorist who was killed. These Khalistanis, I'll tell you what, most of them are drug peddlers because they aren't qualified to do anything else. So they indulge in criminal activities. They're part of gangs. They keep on killing each other and then they say, India did it, India did it. Why should India kill a loser like Nijar? Why? What problem of ours does it solve? Because these guys are doing the Khalistan, so-called Khalistan referendum. Where are they doing it? They are not doing it in Punjab. They are doing this referendum in Canada. If you want to make a Khalistan in Canada, God bless you, I'll support you. Make a Khalistan in Canada, right? Make a Khalistan in Canada, make a Khalistan in UK, make a Khalistan in the United States of America or in Australia or in New Zealand, and I'm with you. I'm with you, absolutely. But no, you want to make it in Indian Punjab, but you want the voting to happen in Canada or UK or US or Australia or wherever. Now, let us say you do win the referendum. Let's say you do win it. Then what do you want to do after that? What are you going to do with that paper? Okay, we have won the referendum and now Khalistan should be created and all of us feel that Khalistan should be created. Now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to lick the feet of the white man and say, white man, please take it up in your parliament because we feel this way? Is this what you're going to say? Oh, white man, I put my head on your feet. Please create Khalistan for me. I'm begging you. Is this what you're going to do? Because that is all that you're qualified to do. You can't write 2 lines. You're not doctors or engineers or lawyers or management graduates or anything worthy of the name. You're riffraff. You're riffraff. You're just people who happen to be there because you had a good sob story. That's all. There is nothing to you. You have no moral fiber. You have no strength. You have nothing. You don't even have ethics. You have zero. You're Khalistanis. You are the illegitimate children of Pakistan. Children that even Pakistan does not recognize. That is why illegitimate. Anyway, so this is what the Khalistanis are doing, and I have a recommendation for the Indian community. Where this is coming from. These attacks on the UK High Commission or the setting fire to the San Francisco consulate. Where is this coming from? This is coming from the Pakistanis because the Khalistanis don't have the brains to do anything. I'll be surprised if a Khalistani can tie his shoelaces successfully. They can't do it. They're dumb. Not that the Pakistanis are any smarter, but yeah, they're in the evolution chain, they're slightly higher than the Khalistanis. All right. So here is what I'm going to tell all the Indians, the NRIs staying abroad. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, it does not matter. Whichever religion, whichever caste, you are at the end of the Indian, and I want you to, and here is my proposal, all right? Collect money. Don't send it to anybody in India. Keep that money with you. Keep that money with you, and I'll tell you what to do. What you should do is gather in your thousands, because you're the most successful community. Ask your Western friends, your white friends to join you. I'm sure you can do that much. Ask them to join. And all of you together, raise the Indian flag on one hand and the UK flag or the US flag or the Canadian flag on the other hand. And march to the Pakistan High Commission in Canada, Pakistan High Commission in UK, and the Pakistan Embassy in the USA. Or wherever their consulates are. San Francisco, go for it. New York, go for it. Doesn't matter. And when you're there, protest. Protest, carry camera, call the media, and say that we are protesting because Pakistan is a terror state. All right? Pakistan is a terror state. You must have your rallies. You must come out in strength. The problem is that while you are very, very successful, you're not seen. And if you're not seen, you don't exist. Yes, there are various, these surveys which happen, we say that, oh, you're the most successful community. But with all due respect to you, you are successful for whom? Yourself, your families, and of course, India's reputation. There is no doubt that you have considerably enhanced India's reputation all over the world. There is no doubt. But here is the time to actually physically stand for India. All those people, 7,000 of them who stood outside the White House lawns to welcome Prime Minister Modi. If 7,000 of you, I'm saying even if 2,000-3,000 of you make up your mind and say that we are going to the Pakistan embassy and we're going to stand outside for 2 hours and we are going to peacefully protest, right? And then give money to a white guy. There are so many of them. White, black, orange, yellow, doesn't matter. Give money to a local guy, a citizen, right? Say that here is 10,000 bucks. Don't do anything illegal yourself. These Khalistanis are dumb actually. They're stupid. All right? You're bright people. You're surgeons and you're neurosurgeons and cardiac surgeons and you are lawyers and you're the finest minds in the United States of America. So many of you, I know you're investment bankers. You're not going to do all that. March peacefully, right? Wear your traditional Indian dress, march peacefully, protest, say Pakistan is a terror country, right? It's a terrorist state. Write to your local, lawmakers, congressmen. Write to the local senators. Write to them and say that you must take up this cause. You must do lobbying for India. You do it in many ways, but I'm today telling NRIs everywhere, wherever you are, do lobbying for India. And just say that you must take up this case because you are the guys who are giving money to politicians for their elections, right? Give money to politicians. Give money to those people who are standing for elections, right? If there is an Indian candidate, support him. But even if there is another candidate, white or black does not matter. Race is irrelevant here. Tell them that you are supporting them, you're giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars, but you will do so because this person, whenever he's in the Congress, he will raise the issue of Pakistan being a terror state and how America can sanction Pakistan and why Pakistan should be put back in the FATF. Let me tell you, my friends, the more you pressurize Pakistan, the more Khalistanis will cease to be seen in an open space. They get their strength from Pakistan. And the more you hammer Pakistan, the more Khalistanis will disappear into the woodwork from where they had crawled out. Take it from me. Do this. Protest in front of the Pakistani High Commission, Consulate or Embassy. Right? And here is a poster that I have created. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. And Gurpatwant Singh Pannu is a Khalistani terrorist. I, Major Gaurav Arya, promised to pay the sum of 10,000 US dollars or equivalent in euros, in pounds, or any other currency in the world to the person who gives information to law enforcement authorities of his country or any other country, leading to the arrest and conviction of Gurpatwant Singh Pannu. He's a terrorist. He must spend the rest of his years in jail. So, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody can provide this information which leads to his arrest and conviction, I personally will pay $10,000. And I'm not asking anybody to subscribe to this or give money to that. Don't give any money. I'll manage this myself. This money I will give from my savings. I will give money. And I appeal to the Indian American community. I appeal to the British Indian community. I appeal to the Canadian Indian community and, everywhere, wherever you are, the Australian Indian community. Have funds with you. Donate generously. Have amongst your friends one person who's like the treasurer, and then, hire the best of lawyers, or you have an Indian who's a lawyer, hire him, give him the money, right? And tell him to go after these Khalistanis and go after them legally. These Khalistanis, they talk of murder and mayhem. You know why? Because they're illiterate people. They're uneducated. This Pannu, Shanu and all these guys, they're absolutely illiterate. They have no idea. They're uneducated people. They're all fourth, fifth failed. They just came from villages somewhere deep inside. They had no idea. They were probably bare feet. And they sold off some portion of their land, gave some money to a politician who wrote a fake letter saying that they are being politically persecuted. And using that letter, they got citizenship of those countries, or their fathers or their grandfathers did. That's all that they've been doing. That's all that they're good for. I mean, have you ever heard of a Khalistani scientist? No. Such an animal does not exist because they're uneducated people. Right? Now, Prime Minister Modi has called bluntly, without naming Pakistan, he's called Pakistan a terror state. And he said there are people who practice cross-border terrorism. And these people need to be condemned, need to be called into account. And it is my analysis, my personal analysis, that the day is not far when, Pakistan is going to go back to FATF. The day is not far. Trust you me, ladies and gentlemen, the day is not far. Pakistan will go back into the FATF. And India will put Pakistan there. And that is where Pakistan deserves to be. Pakistan does not deserve to be in the SCO or even the United Nations. They have got no business to be part of the United Nations. They should just be, there is one body for Pakistan. Like you have United Nations for around 196 or 200 countries in the world. No? And you have G7, which is now going to be G8, you have G20, you have SCO. You have so many groupings in this world. For Pakistan, there is only one grouping, FATF. Let Pakistan be the lone permanent member of FATF. That is where India is pushing Pakistan. And this is what pretty much the Prime Minister said, that there are countries which support terrorism and this cannot exist. Now, Shehbaz Sharif played the victim card because he has nothing else to say. Pakistan is also a victim of terrorism. No, Pakistan is a perpetrator of terrorism. And those Pakistanis who died in terror attacks were killed by fellow Pakistanis. Nobody else is responsible but yourself. If you keep on killing each other, please don't blame the world. Right? Because you are a bloodthirsty nation. You were born from hatred. Right? Jinnah was a hateful man. He was a hateful man. All Jinnah had in his heart was hate. He hated. And out of that hatred, Pakistan was conceived and delivered and was born. And if you are born from hate, right? If you're conceived from hate, hate is what you will give. And that is what Pakistan has become. It has become a hateful state with hateful people who keep on killing each other, sometimes in the name of religion, sometimes in the name of ethnicity, sometimes in the name of this and that, right? Muslims killing each other. 96, 97% Muslims, but they don't like each other for some reason. Because finally, they're going to get tired of killing all the Hindus and Sikhs and Christians or converting them. And then there'll be nobody but Muslims. And yet, Pakistan, 97% Muslims, is a place where they say Islam is in danger because they don't like each other. Pakistanis don't like each other. That's a fact. I mean, come on, Pakistanis, look inwards. Look inwards. You don't like each other. You don't like yourselves. You don't even like Pakistan for that matter. Each one of you is simply trying to collect enough money so that they can flee from Pakistan. Some unfortunate people on those boats which sink, very sorry for them, very sorry for them. It's indeed sad, that something like that has happened. And the people who are rich, they'll use chartered planes, chartered jets. They'll be out of the country. Like Pinky Pirni's friend, what's the name? Faragogi or Faragujar. People like that. They'll just leave the country. They don't care about Pakistan. Nobody cares about Pakistan. It's not just that Indians don't care about Pakistan. Even Pakistanis don't care about Pakistan. Right? So ladies and gentlemen, with this, I come to the end of this video. If you like this video, press like. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.